All right, guys, what's up? This is a very seemingly nonsense type video, but it does have some relevance in the world of hiking and just taking care of your feet to begin with. I've always kind of been this way, except for my work socks. This has been a thing of mine for a while. You know, even as far back when Stacy and I started running around together. You know, we're at a store and I grab a pair of Wigwam socks or a pair of Smartwool or something, and she's looking at the price tag and she's like, $15 for a pair of socks? Are you stupid? Well, you know, stupid is, stupid does. And now she's got a whole collection of them. So now that we're doing more hiking and the different kinds of shoes and going through the progression of that, I've expanded my sock knowledge, and the sock, you know, socks that I've always liked. I used to wear a lot of Wigwam socks, and then I discovered Smartwool. You know, relatively the same price, maybe a little bit more. And then because of the hiking, you start, you know, really looking around, and then you find other brands. And the brand that Stacy and I still like Smartwool, but this is the brand I think that I have settled on, is Darn Tough. And the big thing about the Darn Tough sock is they have a lifetime warranty. So with the many different thicknesses and styles and lengths and everything involved, you can kind of pick through those. And the nice thing about them is if you wear them out, take them back to REI, I think they replace them immediately for you. And if not, box them up, send them to Darn Tough, they'll send you new ones. A pair that I have not tried is Farm to Feet, and I actually bought, because it was in a clearance rack, I found a pair of those Injinji ones where they have all the little toes are covered, and I bought them more as a joke to try them out. And it looks kind of funny because I have a very Fred Flintstone. I mean, Barney Rubble is my granddaddy, so my feet don't have some weird long toe or any of that. They're very wide at the front and Fred Flintstone looking, and tough. I mean, even I wear shoes a lot now. My feet are pretty beat up and rugged from being when I was a kid. But this is the sock, Darn Tough. Now when you go look at these and you're like, oh my God, you know, from $17 to $25 a pair, you think I would never in my life spend $20 on a pair of socks.
One pair.
One pair. One pair. Now, you know, people get caught into that routine. They go to Wally World and buy, you know, crew socks, you know, 10 pairs for $6, and that's just horrible for your feet. I wear a gravel gear I get from, I do buy a work sock to wear at work, but they end up wearing out because I burn them. I get sparks flying on them, and I wouldn't put a pair of expensive socks through that. But anytime I'm not at work, I've got a pair of Smartwools on, I've got some Wigwam socks. I pick a sock for the temperature and what I'm doing, and they wick away sweat. And here's the other thing, the merino wool. If you're an old guy like me, wool socks and your hunting boots, and your boots get wet because they didn't have Gore-Tex back then. The closest thing to Gore-Tex I had was bear grease. So your feet get wet, you gotta have wool or you freeze to death. Well, this new era of merino wool, I think like these, what are the percentages here? It's ridiculous. I think I could find that. But anyways, they're mostly merino wool, and there's some spandex usually. Let me take them out and see if I can find it. You'd think I'd know that. But there's a great portion of them that is merino wool. And the nice thing about that is they're antimicrobial. So your feet don't stink, the socks don't stink, and Stacy and I have put that to the test. The ones that we are train hiking, I purposely don't wash them for many hikes in a row, and they just don't stink. I mean, I personally don't have stinky feet, but you know, some people do. So I don't know what the implications of that are, but the merino wool is going to keep you warm, and it's going to keep you cooler when it's hot. And it's moisture wicking, it's just all around good. And there is a little bit of a certain percentage of spandex in here and nylon. You'd think they'd have it written on here. I'm sure it does somewhere. I just know, you know, a wool sock gets all, old style stuff gets all stretched out and ugly looking. But I like the Micro Crew, and this is a mid-weight sock. So depending on the weather, and I like a lightweight sock too for the summer, you know, but they're really cushioned in the heel and cushioned in the toe, and they are brutally tough. I mean, I'm talking about, I don't think you could wear one out. I've gotten Smart Wool to kind of wear down at the heel, behind my heel a little bit, but I still haven't really punctured a hole through it yet. So that's our little bit of tidbit of information about socks. Do not hesitate to spend considerable amount of money on really good socks. Buy one pair, give them a try. It's ironic, you know, Stacy's mom and dad, we bought her mom, she's on her feet all day. And we bought her a pair, and she's in love with them. And she don't mind spending money, and she still thinks $20 is ridiculous. But there you have it. Buy correct socks and treat your feet right. Your feet will treat you. Take care, guys.